So this eclipse that we're in, August 2026, okay? It is the band-aid being ripped off. It is the mask being ripped off. And it feels like a trickster energy that actually has the intention of snatching us into a catalytic experience so that we could use this reset energy that we're being given offered. So, with all the negative stuff that we see happening in the world, if you are able to get in a neutral space, and the longer that you're able to keep yourself in that neutral space, despite what's happening in the world, is the determining factor of how much peace you experience. Because we're being challenged to break up with peace that is experienced when we are in control. We're learning how to have peace when we don't know what comes next. We're being given the opportunity to practice feeling peaceful, irregardless of what's happening in the world. This is the purpose in the chaos of what is hiding. What is the potential for this? How can this energy be used to benefit us? When you start hearing things like 300,000 horses, are going to be, I don't know, something going to happen with 300,000 horses. It kind of gets your attention because you're a spiritual minded person. So anything in the news or on your feed about horses is going to get your attention. And this is the year of the metal horse in Chinese astrology. It all clicks. You have to be able to know the truth and still be regulated. And this is what we're learning. This is the challenge. This is the potential that we can tap into. This is what we're being offered right now. So it's gonna get rocky. Okay? Just know it's gonna be rocky. But remind yourself to move through life in oneness with the dark parts. Not in judgment of the dark parts. Just being able to be aware of the dark parts of our own selves. The truth about ourselves, our authentic self. Just to be able to fully accept things about ourselves that we have not been able to accept at this moment. So we're being challenged to be able to sit with the uncomfortable things that maybe we don't like about ourselves. And this energy is giving us the opportunity to sit with our own shadow selves and have compassion instead of judgment and criticizing ourselves like we do. So just to be able to sit with yourself is going to help you at this time. And I mean, in every way, it is truly this simple. So airbenders, they become that because it was something that challenged them. And they were able to rise to that challenge and summon a higher vibration than whatever the resistance was that was being used against them. And so, like, on an alchemical level right now, and alchemy just basically means to take something and turn it into something else, right? And so the challenge is for us to be able to sit with ourselves and be compassionate and not feel like we have to always be right, not have to always be in control to be safe. We cannot have complete control over what's happening in our lives and still feel safe and still have joy and still be happy. It is possible when you have the tools. That's what changes everything, is having the tools, knowing what to do. And right now, if you're watching me, 9 times out of 10, you feel called to be something more than you've been. You feel like there's a pinnacle of who you are that you haven't yet reached. And so you're striving and you're striving and you're striving. Self-mastery and personal development. And this is the stuff that you're into. You're drawn to these things now, right? And so for those of us who are walking this path, this is an initiation. And this eclipse energy that I'm in and channeling now is actually kicking off the collective initiation into us being able to feel safe even when the waters aren't calm. That's true power. And the only way that is possible is for you to be able to perceive your life through your heart chakra and not your mind, that already has its own schemas and ideas and worst case scenarios and how things went for you in the past and all of that. That's the mind. But what is the heart saying? And you can choose what station you listen to. But how do you do that? How do you switch from your mind and then listen to what your heart have to say? Do you know how to do that on demand? Because if you don't, you're being given the opportunity to learn how to do that on demand. And this is the reason that I'm one of the calmest people that most people have ever met, no matter what's happening. There is a calmness and an emotional stability that comes from within me. This is why I create content and share these things as I have learned in this journey. But we're being offered the opportunity to be able to learn how to do that in a healthier way. So it's a big difference between power and control. And so how comfortable you feel when your life gets uncertain is a great measuring tool for where you are on your journey. How much of your higher divine self are you embodying? And you do have control over that. You don't have control over what's happening in the world. You don't have control over everything happening in your body. You don't have control over everything happening in your life. I know every other metaphysical, spiritual person has said that we can heal our body with our mind. And yes, it is all possible. But what we're actually dealing with right now, for those of us who are on this spiritual journey and healing and are having physical things and chronic mental things and emotional things happening, financial fluctuations happening, we're being given the opportunity to learn how to trust, even when nothing outside of us validates that we're going to be okay. Yeah. Validate yourself, irregardless of what you see on the outside, that you're going to be okay. It's that simple. Share this with somebody else.